We are coming up on episode 5 in season 6 of Tyler Perry's Sistas, and I have the synopsis for episode 6. So if you want to discuss previews and predictions for episode 6, then stick around because it's your good sis you let us talk TV with right here on Erica Vane TV, and we are going to break down the synopsis. While you're at it, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my sister's content and conversations. Now, episode 6 is titled Mending Fences, and it will premiere on July 5th, 2023. The synopsis reads, Fatima and Zach's relationship is pushed to its limits as Karen's feelings for him start to increase. Gary tries to help Hayden out of an unexpected arrangement. Sabrina and Maurice meet with a lawyer. We're going to start with the back. Sabrina and Maurice meet with a lawyer because they're trying to get their jobs back. I think that ultimately they will get their jobs back because there's a lot of content around season 7. I talked about the 28 new characters that are coming next season. There's 5 new writers. There's plenty of storylines in reference to that were revealed by the character descriptions. So Maurice and Sabrina are definitely getting their jobs back at the bank, and I think that this lawyer that they meet with in this episode is going to help them with that. Curious to know if Bio is going to have anything to do with this lawyer and helping them secure this lawyer, especially given the fact that there's so much tension right now between Maurice and Bio is showing all of his homophobia. Like, it is literally running rampant. Last episode, it was very much so intense, but we will see. So clearly next episode we will see Maurice and Sabrina again together quite a bit, going to go meet with this lawyer, and questions up of if Bio will be involved. Now Gary tries to help Hayden out of an unexpected arrangement. I'm not sure of what this actually is. This could be something happens when TAMARA and Hayden go to Miami. Like, you was talking about you got all this money, you big bank Hayden, hefty bag Hayden, right? I'm wondering if it's like something small as like Hayden ran out of money and then and Gary has to get them flights back, or if it's something that's tied to the actual law firm. We have not heard anything in reference to Robin and where he is. They still don't know if the hostile takeover actually went through, or if Robin came in and was able to find the money. Again, at the very last minute, we haven't gotten any updates in reference to that. So I'm not sure what this unexpected arrangement is, but we do know that we've been getting a lot of story elements in reference to Gary not trusting TAMARA. So I partially feel like whatever the unexpected arrangement is going to have to do with TAMARA and Hayden, and not necessarily Hayden and the law firm. But I would love to know what you think in the comment section down below. Now, the big part of the synopsis is Fatima and Zach's relationship is pushed to the limits as Karen's feelings for him start to increase. And this is going to come on the heels of Zach telling Karen that he loves her after they have a conversation. In episode 5, he calls her and he's like, I just needed to hear your voice. Again, he's still shaken up by the potential death of Karen that, just really took him on a very huge emotional roller coaster. He's still reeling from that. They have a conversation where he reveals in episode 5 that he loves her, and this could be the thing that like sparks Karen to go back down the road of like how she felt about Zach. That to me is a little bit unfortunate because we've already seen Karen go through the ringer in reference to her feelings about Zach, not being able to let him go, wanting to let him go, then struggling with a lot of the hormones and emotions that come from the hormones of her being pregnant, and just making the whole entire situation very confusing for her. But I understand how, Zach completely switching up at the idea that she was gone forever and showing exactly how he really feels, because he's been hiding it. He's been delusional. He's been very dismissive of his feelings, and he's been very aggressive. So to see the opposite and to basically start to experience the Zach that she has known and loved, and the better parts of Zach, I can see how she is starting to fall back into a space of like being in love or wanting love again with him. I'm just hoping that Tyler Perry doesn't do it the exact same way that he did it last time. Like, I think that this is a very nuanced situation, and it's very complicated. It is not black and white at all for either sides. Like, both of them showing their feelings, their deep love for one another is completely understandable given the circumstances that they are in. I just hope that they are going to navigate it well and not just turn into a messy just a huge drama-filled mess that it doesn't actually have to be. Now, on the back end, there is Fatima watching a lot of this stuff play out. So in episode 5, we get to see Fatima walk in on Zach while he's on the phone with Karen, talking to Karen about how he loves her. And Fatima has already felt like Zach has been in love with Karen, and that Karen was always going to be, or not necessarily always, because she did say that Karen can't specifically break them up. They have to break them up. But she always was very honest about her understanding of what Zach's love for Karen looked like. And in a lot of ways, in those conversations, people just kind of shrugged her off as if she was being insecure. But no, I think that she was just speaking to the truth of what the matter is, and knowing what that feels like to be in love with somebody that you don't necessarily want to be with or need to be with, but you still have that love there. And it takes time for you to transfer that energy into shape shift that love into something that's a little bit more positive and supportive of the life that you want to have versus the life that you previously did have. Now, the problem with that is Fatima has her feelings as well. So in trying to meet Zach with understanding and care and grace and give him space to process what he needs to process, she also has to take into consideration her feelings. And over the course of their relationship, Fatima has developed very, very deep feelings for Zach that are not going to just let her walk away. We have watched her go through so much with him thus far, and battle it out almost with Deja and now Connie, and finding disrespect from his friends and his mama. Like, all of these things happening. He has poor communication skill. He has poor emotional intelligence. Like, he's not showing up for her in the ways that she was particularly need, but she is turning her head or turning the other cheek in those cases because she believes so heavily in his potential and the love that they have for one another. So it gets a little bit complicated. And again, this is a nuanced situation for Fatima as well. I personally would love for her to continue to just give him space to work out this little moment with Karen, because death just changes everything. But that doesn't mean that she needs to let up off of him, or I think that she should shift her focus and frustration to the other things that are coming up that she typically just brushes under the rug. It feels like for me that Fatima only really gets super mad with Zach when it comes to some stuff behind Karen, but the Connie thing happened and she basically forgave him. He's struggling with his mama, which I get, you trying to have grace for him, but he's being so disrespectful to you and dismissive. Your friend thing happened, you kind of really let that go. Deja, and she don't know all that went down in Deja's house, but certain things that was very disrespectful to y'all's relationship, and you just kind of let that go. And it's interesting that she's just so fixated or much more sensitive when it comes to Karen than she is with all of the other things that are also potential daggers to her relationship. But I do understand how she registers that this could be more serious, and that this was the most serious relationship that Zach has had to date, aside from the one that they're currently in. So this one is the greatest, I guess, competition to her if she actually wanted to compete for Zach. I don't know. But Fatima and Zach's relationship is pushed to its limits, and I think that this is just going to look like a bunch of conversations. This is a lot of tension. This is going to be Zach maybe having a little bit more introspective moments, because I don't think that he's going to denounce his feelings like he has in the past. He has lied and said, well, I'm not worried about Karen, I'm not thinking about that. I don't think that he's going to do that in retaliation to whatever Fatima presents him with. I think he's going to really try to feel his way through honoring how he feels about honoring how he feels about Karen, but then still affirming where he's at with Fatima and letting her know that he still wants to be in this with her. And it's going to be up to Fatima to trust him. Now, the problem is that Zach has not presented himself in a way to be fully trustworthy up until now, which makes it hard in this moment where he really needs this trust for her to actually give it. And I think that that's the meat and potatoes of what we're going to see play out. All right, y'all, those are my thoughts on episode 6 based off of the synopsis that we were given. Of course, I'm going to come to you after episode 5 and give you my previews and predictions. I will do a trailer breakdown as well, because we give you Sistas content daily right here on Erica Vane TV. If this is your first time checking me out, be sure to subscribe and go to my page so that you can see all the other Sistas content and jump in on some of the dope conversations that I'm having in the videos, as well as in the comment section down below. Drop your thoughts in this comment section and give this video a like, because you made it all the way to the end, and I believe that you liked it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.